Hi, so we show our result of difference between ListMaker and UCD. We got 64 responders in ListMaker and 43 responders in UCD. The gender of responder in ListMaker is almost half, however, we got 8 male and 34 female and unknown responders in UCD. First, we research the lifestyle of daily. How much time do you spend studying a day? In this case, ListMaker student time is almost under 2 hours, and UCD students spend about 3 to 5 hours in day. However, UCD don't have students not to spend for studying. Second, how much time do you spend hobbying and playing something a day? This result is almost same. However, some in ListMaker and UC Daily students spend too much time to have fun in day. How to spend 6 to 11 hours for playing in a day? I have no idea. Finally, how much time do you spend part the job and housework in a day? ListMaker students spend more time for part the job and housework than UCD students. 3 to 5 hours is the best in ListMaker, but under 2 hours is the best in UCD. However, some UCD students spend much time for part-time job and housework. It is very interesting for us. In this result, the UCD students spend crazy time for studying. Also, ListMaker students spend more time than UCD students on part-time job and housework. But some of UCD students spend very long time for the part-time job and housework. It is a very interesting result for us. However, what is the difference for us? It is the daily studying the time.
Next, I'm gonna touch upon their lifestyle of a holiday. This slide shows average time they use for studying a day. There is a clear difference. Over 90% of ListMaker students answered under 5 hours. On the other hand, 35% of UCD students answered over 6 hours. This slide shows the average time they use for hobby and playing something a day. There are small differences. ListMaker students spend a little more time than UCD students. This slide shows average time they use for part-time job and housework a day. It seems that ListMaker students spend a lot of time on part-time job and housework. But some UCD students answered over 9 hours, although no of ListMaker students answered so. I summarized the main points of the results. It became clear that their lifestyles are different to each other. ListMaker students seem to spend a lot of time on part-time job and housework. On the other hand, UCD students spend a lot of time studying despite it is a holiday.
We researched the places where students study. The question was, where do you study frequently? Figure 8 shows the result. There's not much difference in the places to study. However, if we have to find the difference, there's a slight difference in the proportion of students studying at their university. Next, we researched the places where students eat out. The question was, when eating out or take out eat, where do you usually go? Figure 9 shows the result. There's a big difference in the number of students who eat out at school cafeteria. From these results, among UCD students, eating out at school cafeteria is popular, and UCD is a place not to study but also to enjoy eating. Next, we researched hobbies and having fun. The question was, but where do you usually have fun? Figure 10 shows the results. At first, the clear difference is UCD students have various types of fun compared to Ritsumeikan students. In addition, in the case of UCD students, it's the first place that going to gym or playing sports. For UCD students, exercising seems to be popular for fun.
About 1/3 of 43 UCD students joined in sports clubs. Sports might help them wipe out their anxiety. On the other hand, Ritsumeikan students seemed to be less active. From a viewpoint of occupation, in UCD, about 1/4 of students wanted to have a job in medical field. Scientific researcher and engineer were also popular. In addition, 4 of 43 students wanted to have their own company or office. On the other hand, in Ritsumeikan, researcher and food-related jobs seemed to be popular. Unlike UCD students, many Ritsumeikan students had not decided their job yet.
Next, we asked about motto. 24 UCD students answered. As a feature, some of them have stances based on religion, like live for God. And we think that it's very different from Japanese belief. 62 Ritsumeikan students answered. About 1/6 of them had traditional Japanese proverbs as their motto. Next, we asked about impression of each other. Almost all the UCD students had good impressions on Japan and Japanese in every aspect. A lot of Ritsumeikan students also had good impressions on people from other countries, but some of them had bad impressions.
Next question is, are you satisfied with your university? 5 is the highest evaluation. We can find many respondents of Ritsumeikan University answered 1 and 2. There are only few respondents who answered 4 and 5. In contrast, a lot of respondents of UCD answered 4 and 5. Next, we asked them question. Are you satisfied with yourself? In case of Ritsumeikan, the number of respondents who answered 1 and 2 decreases, and 4 and 5 increases. In contrast, the number of respondents of UCD who answered 4 and 5 decreases. As a result, in case of Ritsumeikan, students tend to underestimate on university. In contrast, they satisfied with themselves. In case of UCD, students tend to evaluate on university highly. In contrast, they are unsatisfied with themselves. Next question is, what's your city's favorite point? Many students of UCD answered about university. For example, Arboretum, Coffee House, The Quad, Arc, and so on. Many people also answered about downtown Davis. There are a lot of good places, especially farmers market is popular in Davis. Many farmers sell fresh and organic vegetables or fruits. Some students answered personality. People in Davis has good personality. Last question is, how much do you spend for everything per week? The result is like this. I want to be a rich person like them by thinking outside the box. Joking aside, UCD and Davis are very attractive places.